What's up, West?
My name is Ellie Maniaci.
And my name is Maeve McGuire.
I heard that Mrs. Hart's ELA class did a fun project on generations. Let's take a look.
Fashion was parachute pants, starter jackets, I don't know what that is, a chapter keeper, which is basically like a folder, and a peck in your pants.
So the project is all about generations, and our unit is about generations, and so it was really important to us to get a home connection to the unit here at school.
The major difference was if they looked at that.
The only global fashion were like hairspray, big glosses, pin bottom on pants, and bangs.
My favorite part is listening to the projects and watching them, because the kids have to add pictures that help explain the era that their grandparents grew up in. And some of them interviewed their parents too, and right now a lot of their parents grew up in the same generation as I did, so it's kind of like a walk down memory lane for me with the styles from the 80s and the songs from the 80s and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of fun to see.
It was decently hard because we had to take time to interview the person.
There's a sheet of questions that they're supposed to sit down with their grandparents and ask that connects back to the essential question for the unit and connects back to our unit on generations.
It was pretty easy. Filling out the slideshow was pretty easy, and then just interviewing the person was also kind of easy.
Some of the things that she did for fun. Your favorite TV show?
If I was a kid in middle school, I would want to do it about my great-grandparents or grandparents, because I would like that conversation. I'd like to be able to ask those questions from my grandparents.
And many others that aren't as famous. The fashion, they wore a lot of dresses and plaid skirts just for girls. They almost were never inside, so they did a lot of
Right, one thing that you thought was interesting.
It just ends up being something that they really like and that really connects them to family and also back to the unit.
I guess it was kind of fun to go to one of your family members and just start asking them questions about it.
Nice.
I always used to love playing the game 3 Lies and a Truth. Well, West Press staff played that game with a few teachers around the school. Let's take a look at 3 Lies and a Truth Guidance Counselor Edition.
I play the drums. My favorite holiday is Halloween. I have bowled a perfect game, a score of 300, and I have 2 dogs. It is my favorite holiday is Halloween. I love Halloween that as an adult, we do group costumes every year, and my favorite costume has been a roller coaster. We're the Wicked Twisters.
My first one is I have a 20-year-old tortoise at home. So it's my pet tortoise. I've had it for 20 years. I also have ridden an elephant. So you know how you can go to the parades and the events and stuff. And so I rode an elephant there. Also, I do have an aquarium. I really like fish. And so I have an aquarium of saltwater fish. And I like to travel too, and so I actually fed a wild kangaroo. So I have been to Australia twice, and when we were there, my daughters and I and my husband, we were at a winery actually, and they had food and stuff there, and they had wild kangaroos that would come up, and so we got to bottle feed them, and they were so soft, and I have awesome pictures from my girls doing that.
Well, I climbed Mount McKinley in Alaska, the largest peak in North America. I scuba dived, or scuba dove, either way, in Lake Michigan. I drove a speedboat in a speedboat race on Lake Union in Seattle, Washington. And I flew a float plane around the Space Needle in Seattle, Washington. That plane is the plane I flew around flew around the Space Needle, and used to work for that company and landed in that lake a lot.
Now for our student spotlight featuring Kendall Sierzputowski.
What sports do you play?
I play basketball, volleyball, and track.
Does the school provide those sports?
Yes, they provide all three of those sports.
What made you want to start playing sports?
Well, my parents are both very athletic people, and my mom did basketball, so I kind of just started. And then my sister got me into volleyball, so that's why I started. And then for track, I just wanted to get fast for all my sports.
Do you play these sports all year round?
For volleyball, I do beach volleyball, spring volleyball, and winter volleyball. And then for basketball, I just do winter.
Does it get overwhelming with playing multiple sports?
Sometimes you get very exhausted really easily because you still have to do homework when you get home from practices, and you have games. So for me, sometimes I get stressed, but not a lot.
Do you have to practice at home?
If you really want to get better, then you should practice at home. I practice at home for basketball, volleyball, and sometimes I go on walks on the beach or stuff for track. But yeah, usually if you want to get better, then you have to practice at your house.
Just a reminder, please check the lost and founds in all the wings. They are starting to fill up. Another reminder is that GSA meetings are after school on Thursdays if you'd like to participate.
Also, NWEA testing is coming up, so be prepared for that. The first semester is coming to an end, so finish strong, Titans.
And to all the teachers, thank you for a great first semester. If you're looking for a good book to read, here's a trailer for The Summer I Turned Pretty.
The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. For Belly, summer is a magical time. Her whole life is measured by her summers. This summer is going to be different. It'll be the one that will change everything forever. When you walk on the beach at night, you can say things you can't say in real life. Read the book? Check out the show available on Amazon Prime now.
This is West Press signing off.